And then there were 4. It's Championship Saturday at the ISC World Tournament in Mankato. Here's what we know entering the day. The Hill United Chiefs will play in the title game. What we don't know is who will join them. And in our first of 3 games to crown a champion, it's the surprising STK fastball group out of Kamloops taking on the number 4 ranked team in the ISC World Rankings, the Bear Creek Express, coming off a very impressive 2-0 victory over the Bear Creek Gremlins in their only game of Friday, while STK, Joe Todd, they're on quite a run. They were number 8 ranked entering this 32-team event, and in their last 3 games, they've knocked off number 7, number 6, and then yesterday, number 5 in JDT First Energy in a dynamite game by a final score of 4-3.
STK coming in with a 6-1 record. Yeah, a lot of people are probably saying they're playing over their heads, but they've got a great lineup, and I got a good feeling this is going to be a great game.
And here is the defensive posture for STK. Callum Bichel from Cooks Hill, New South Wales, Australia, the 28-year-old, leading things off. He's 5 for 16 here in Mankato. He's homered and driven in 4. And Scott Life, who returns to this event for the first time since 2019, gets the ball from the skipper and head coach Doug Allen on this Saturday morning.
Great to see Scott back in the game, playing at this level.
Scott's from Victoria, British Columbia. And a ball and a strike to Bichel, who represented Australia at the recently completed World Cup in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. He was a circle tap Duke a year ago. His Life misses up. The winner of this game will take on the Northeast Drillers at noon in a wild affair in the winner's bracket final. The Hill United Chiefs scored 3 runs in maybe the oddest way I've ever seen in winning that game 3-1 over Waymo-Mata and company to advance to the title game today at 5:30.
The inning started with a walk and then a perfect laid-out bunt executed by Luci Biondi, and then things started crumbling.
Started to unravel. I don't ever remember seeing a half inning where a team bats around and only had 1 hit.
Yes.
And scored 3 runs in the fashion that they did. Bichel opens the morning with a base hit as he goes the other way. And the Express with a good beginning to this 3-4 playoff game.
Bichel got a good punch on that, just hit up the middle of the lineup. Just on the side of eater.
His 6th hit of the competition, matching his hit total of a year ago with circle tap. And now it's Japanese national team member Yusuke Morita, who has one of the more interesting stances in the batter's box. He's 36. 5 for 15 this week in Mankato. 2 doubles. He's homered twice. And he had 2 homers in the same game against the Kingston Axemen in Game 2 of the event. And attempts to drop down a bunt. Left his bunt bat there, but it didn't make contact with the ball.
Yeah, he just has to stay in the box a little longer and watch it. You just can't walk like that in a moving stance and think you're going to hit the ball.
Morita, 6 for 19 for Japan and a fourth-place finish at the World Cup. Hit and run. Bichel was on the move. And Morita fouled it back. He played for San Antonio Glowworm at last year's ISC World Tournament. Conrado Zanatini, who had a big hit in the game against JDT behind home plate. The battery mate of Scott Life. And he hit Yusuke Morita. And he is in plenty of discomfort. Not exactly sure, Joe, where this gets him. Maybe above the knee. As I thought, just above the knee. So he'll try to shake it off. Pretty sure he was hit early in the game yesterday as well against the Gremlins.
Walking with a little bit of a limp, too. Getting down there.
Yeah, trying to work it out. So a single and a hit batter. And now we expect him to be in the circle, even though right now he's listed on the card as the designated player, Ty Sebastian. And a little surprised early in the game that he's asked by his father, who's coaching down at third base, Paul Sebastian. What an outing. The guy I like to call the Brussels Bulldog. He's from Brussels, Ontario. Head in the circle against the Gremlins yesterday. A 3-hit shutout. And the way he has attempted the bunt would show me it doesn't happen a lot.
No, he's not used to this at all. By the way, happy early birthday to Ty Sebastian. On Monday, he turns 32.
He is a dynamite all-around player. Will make his way when this tournament is over to China to play for Canada in the upcoming World Games. And you can make a pretty strong argument of their 4 pitchers at the World Cup, he threw better than anyone.
Yes.
And the truth of the matter is they weren't even necessarily expecting to use him as a pitcher in Prince Albert. And I have that from pretty good intel,
good
let's say.
Yes. You have a little bit of a connection there.
A tad, yes.
Yeah.
So Ty's 5 for 16 at home plate this week. 2 home runs, 3 runs batted in. But Scott Life, after a couple of failed bunt attempts, records his first strikeout. And it's an important one as the runners remain at first and second, respectively.
Ty saw a lot of drops there. Everything was down.
38-year-old Luigi Pinto from Valencia, Venezuela. Don't try that one quickly at home. And he is having a splendid ISC. 8 for 18. 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in. And he had a very important solo blast that made it 2-0 against the Gremlins yesterday. And it was a rope that left here in a hurry. Imagine that Venezuela won the World Cup title, first time ever, and they did it without Pinto and David Galino.
2 big parts of that team, too.
And we don't need to go into a big political conversation, but let's just say the current state of affairs might be the reason that they were unable to work things out to be in 2 different countries in the softball season. So a visit for Scott Life. And Luigi, who is a circle tap Duke last year at the event in Surrey. looks to cash in the game's first run. His life. The drop ball down and in to Pinto.
Good pitch location there, though. You want to keep it tight on his hands.
When he extends and gets the barrel on it, it goes a long way. And he's not alone in that category, especially on Championship Saturday. Well hit. Goes by shortstop Nick Potskin, and Bichel comes home with the game's first run. An RBI single from Luigi Pinto, his 6th run batted in of this competition.
Life just got too much of the plate on that ball. Pinto pulling that ball down in between that third base and shortstop hole.
As Bear Creek off to a quality beginning. And here is the aforementioned 26-year-old David Galeno. And he is less, Joe, than 100%. He has been battling what looks to be a right thigh hamstring type problem. I watched him walk out of here yesterday, and there was ice and a big wrap on that area. But this guy's a whale of a player, too. He's struggled to hit this week, but not this time. Galeno has his 2nd hit of the tournament and his first run batted in, and it's 2-0 for the Express.
3 singles and a hit batsman this inning, putting 2 runs on the board so far.
And Doug Allen, who will be once again part of the Canadian coaching staff at the World Games. John Stewart.
There is action in the bullpen.
Les Howie. And there is indeed action. Always difficult to tell from our location.
We got to put a clear plexiglass on top of those roofs.
That would be helpful. I don't need plexiglass to tell you that the batter is Tyrone Bartarillo. And this a chopper, a tester for Federico Ader. But it's another run batted in, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Express.
Good job by Bartarillo to pull that ball onto the right side of the infield, letting that 3rd run cross the plate.
Good piece of hitting by the 40-year-old Bartarillo. In fact, he might be 41 now, Joe. I think he turned 41 on the 28th of June. So exactly the start that the Bear Creek Express were hoping for. They've crossed home plate 3 times already, and still with a runner in scoring position in David Galeno. And the batter is Jack Burt from Australia. Jack in search of his first hit here. It's been a tough go. He's a good player.
Got a great arm. He threw out a couple runners the other day.
Did a nice job early in the tournament playing 3rd as well. But he's 0 for 14, and Kerplunk, Scott Life, continues to have a rough go of it as he kicks the dirt, and I think that's going to do it for number 20 for STK.
They have Jorge Segura and Juan Pepe. We'll see who's be coming in.
So a total of 3 hits and a couple of hit batters. And the Express, whose only loss this week came at the hands of a rival, and it's Juan Pepe who comes into the game for STK. He was integral, Joe, in their 4-3 triumph yesterday over JDT to advance to Championship Saturday. through 5 innings in that game, gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, struck out 5, and walked 2. He's thrown 10 innings in the tournament.
Just kept everybody off balance, and that's what you kind of try to do, and did a great job yesterday.
Given up 6 runs total, 8 hits, struck out 14, and walked 8. 25 years old now. Had a sensational under 2023 World Cup for Argentina. 3-0 at that event, 0.78 earned run average. Gave up only 3 runs, struck out 45 batters, and walked 7. As Argentina might be the best country in the world, Joe, when it comes to producing young pitchers.
Yes. We call it the pitching factory.
It really has become that. New Zealand used to lay claim to that, but that has shifted. Cody Pannebecker had a massive strike against the Gremlins. He opened the scoring in that 2-0 triumph yesterday morning with a solo home run. And the Pepe pitch tests his catcher, Conrado Zanatini, who you would swear might be from Rome, but he is from Argentina as well. There's Italian roots there, Joe. There's not much question when your name is Conrado Zanatini. Pannebecker is American. And he slashes that ball foul into the mesh. He's from Denver, Pennsylvania, not Colorado.
Yes.
32 years of age. He's homered twice here in Mankato. 3 for 15 overall with 3 runs batted in. And stays off the Pepe rise.
Very close to the Stevens, Pennsylvania area where Sandlot plays from.
Gonna change your name to Joe Geography, Todd. You've given me some nice lessons. This ball is gone! Cody Pannebecker greets Juan Pepe with a 3-run homer. His 3rd big fly of this ISC World Tournament, and it's 6-0 for the Bear Creek Express.
Pannebecker just drove that ball, driving in the next 2 runs extra, and so now she's 6-0. STK put themselves in a big hole here.
The Express bat around in the top of the first and built a massive 6-0 advantage. And Juan Pepe's day does not start in a nice manner. Yusuf Davis, he was involved in a very scary incident a couple of days ago. Tried to make a catch on Diamond 1 in behind us. And Joe, he was down for a long time. He left this park in an ambulance to go to the hospital. And fortunately, was able to return the next day.
Very lucky.
It was very concerning.
I think him and Marita kind of hit almost in the head shoulder area.
Didn't see that part of it, just saw the aftermath. And Davis ducks out of the road of the Pepe pitch.
Yusuf Davis has a tendency of hitting to that left side of the infield.
The 30-year-old from Las Vegas, Nevada. He's 5 for 14 here in Mankato and goes down swinging to end the inning. The Express put 6 on the board. The big blow, a Cody Pannebecker 3-run homer, his third of the tournament. Just underway on Championship Saturday here in Mankato, Minnesota.
Called strike 3, the outside corner. They weren't out of that. Yeah. High in the air, Viavazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain. The gloves fly. The celebration is underway.
I don't think that Ty Sebastian would have thought he would have had a 6-run advantage before he threw his first pitch in this 3-4 playoff game on Championship Saturday. But that's exactly the case as his team batted around, and Cody Pannebecker goes deep on a 3-run blast. And the Express in wonderful shape against this gritty STK fastball team.
Really adds a real cushion to the score and Ty's ability to kind of pitch and work around some corners now.
No bigger acquisition, Joe, for the Express in the offseason. Ty was a longtime member of the Toronto Batmen. And he came over in a big offseason move. He's pitched 27 in the third innings in Mankato, 53 strikeouts, given up 9 runs. And off the top, mentioned he was brilliant yesterday against the Bear Creek Gremlins, ending their tournament earlier than anyone had expected. The Gremlins had reached the Final Four in this event 14 straight years, which is
just phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. That's the best description or adjective I think you could use. A 3-hit shutout with 11 strikeouts and 2 walks as he deals with Prince Albert, Saskatchewan's own Ryan Bicknell. He's been impressive this week, Joe.
Yes, he's done a great job.
6 for 21, has great speed, a threat to bunt. Runs balls down very well with that great asset, his feet in center field.
Great future for Ryan Bickle ahead of him.
He'll play for Canada in the upcoming Pan American U23 Championship that'll be played in the middle of September in Argentina. And there is somewhat of a bunt attempt. They're going to check. Over at third. And I think the answer was no. Tough spot to see from our location. They're still trying to straighten it out, I think. Ryan is 6 for 21 with a double at the 2025 ISC World Tournament. And able to definitely lay off that Ty Sebastian pitch.
Good plate discipline by Bicknell there.
He also played for Canada at the 2020 U18 World Cup. And Sebastian, 77 miles an hour with the drop ball. He had it cranked up yesterday. I just thought he got better and better, Joe, as the game went on. It was, I wouldn't say it was a struggle early, but From about the third inning on, he was dialed in.
Yeah, all pitchers really have a tough start usually in the first and second inning, but if you can't get to them early, it's usually lights out.
One of the better games that I've watched Ty pitch, the best game I've ever watched him pitch with my own two eyes, came in the final of the 2023 Canadian Senior Men's Championship when he outdueled Sean Cleary in a 15-inning marathon, 1-0. And he opens this Saturday with his 54th strikeout of the event, as he gets Ryan Bicknell for out number one. Federico Ader. No one in this tournament has more hits than Ader. He has 12 of them.
Oh, very
He's
good.
12 for 21 and on his way to an all-world selection. I'm not part of the committee, but if he's not on one of those two teams, could someone please call the FBI?
Big reason why they're in this position today. Still playing.
4 multi-hit games this week.
Him and Mr. Munoz.
Yeah, wait till you hear some of his numbers. He's on deck. And Sebastian misses up. Jack Burt catching him. Luigi Pinto at first, Panabecker second. Galino is the shortstop. And Tyrone Bartarillo down at third. Davis in left. Yusuke Morita is in center, and Callum Bichel, who scored the first of 6 runs, is in right field. It's a lineup that the Express go with on a very regular basis and have the majority of the week here in Mankato. And don't expect it to change much if they're able to close this game out. And needless to say, you don't need much of a degree to know they're in pretty good shape. Diving play, Panabecker doing it defensively too.
Great.
Cody Panabecker, a diving stop as he throws out Ader and prevents him from hit number 13.
Great job by Panabecker to take a dive to his left. The ball was tailing off too.
Well, if you're looking for another reason why STK is in the Final Four, look no farther than the gentleman at home plate, Alejo Munoz. They call him Choco. He's 26. He's 9 for 21, Joe. 5 home runs and 15 runs batted in. That's tied for third all time in the RBI category. 17 is the all-time record.
Wow, big numbers.
And not home runs that didn't matter. Against the Ostrander Norseman a couple of days ago, in the 10th inning, he hit a blast that went halfway up the scoreboard. And we were calling a game at this diamond, and all I heard was the thud. But after all the pomp and circumstance, of course, it's a strikeout. Those things happen. Sebastian, a 1-2-3, bottom of the first. It's all Express early as we have began Championship Saturday at the 2025 ISC World Tournament.
Dreamcatcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
An overhead look of this great Caswell softball complex, the home of the 2025 ISC World Tournament next year. We'll make our way to the Hallman Ballpark as the tournament returns to a fairly regular site, Joe.
Yes.
Kitchener, Ontario.
Been a few years since we've been there, but we're glad to be getting back there.
2018, I believe, was the last time. Callum Bichel. This one is carrying, and this one is gone as well. Boy, the ball is really carrying to begin the morning. I knew it was hit pretty well. Didn't necessarily think it was going to leave the yard when it left the bat.
There's hardly any movement, so that was a lot of Cal Bichel right there.
Second homer of the day for the Express, and they've increased their lead to 7-0. It's the second home run of the event for Callum Bichel, the Australian national teamer. His first home run, which also came with 4 runs batted in that opening game wild one against the Grass Valley Greens from California. Grass Valley tied that game, Joe, at one point at 6-6 before the Express would go on to win it 11-6. I remember being in the hotel room monitoring things and going, are you kidding? It's 6-6?
And they had runners on second and third when the inning ended.
So Bichel has homered. Pannebecker hit a 3-run shot in a 6-run first. And Yusuke Morita, his second time into the batter's box. He was hit by a Scott Life pitch. Life started. Gave up 3 hits, hit a couple of batters when Juan Pepe entered, and the greeting, not so nice.
No.
It was a Pannebecker 3-run home run off of him. And now he's given up another dinger off the bat of Bichel, and this one, Morita might be in a position early in the morning to go back to bed, put the covers over his head, and maybe start again in the afternoon. He's already been hit for a second straight day early in the morning, and that one was probably a little closer to him than he would have liked. Good high rise from Pepe. It tied Yusuke Morita in an absolute knot for out number 1 in his second strikeout in relief. Ty Sebastian made an out, strikeout. The Brussels Bulldog from Brussels, Ontario, stayed with a changeup and drove it for his 6th hit of the tournament into left field.
Good quick bat speed there. Good bat control by Ty Sebastian, pulling that ball.
Well, the Express, a lot of momentum. Both teams did coming into the game, but they were one of the favorites when this tournament began in earnest a week ago. It started the 32-team event last Saturday. Pinto had an ocean, but laid off. Luigi Pinto already with a base hit and a run batted in. He cashed in their first of 6 runs in inning number 1. So it's a bit of an early runaway. And Pinto fouls that down the third base side. The Northeast Drillers await the winner. The Hill United Chiefs trying to go back-to-back as champions, have earned a berth with their perfect 5-0 record in the title game as they knocked off the Drillers 3-1 last night. Pinto a tad late, Joe, that time.
Pepe, yeah, nice pitch on that outside corner of the plate. Good sweeping curve.
Juan Pepe. No matter what happens here the rest of the way, this will go down as nothing but a great success story for STK out of Kamloops, BC. What a job their ownership group and Doug Allen, who's a terrific coach, has done. And they've been successful, Joe, all year. They've won some earlier tournaments, including the Seattle Invitational that came to an end on the 20th of July.
This team has made some great steps up the ladder this week.
Pepe misses well out that time to Pinto. And if your hope, which both teams had the hope when the day began of winning 3 in a row to capture the crown, now that the Express find themselves in front, they wouldn't mind a shortened affair, Joe.
Yes, get off the field early.
They all add up in a day where you have to play 3. Pepe this time with a fine drop as he's starting to get into a bit of a groove. He's struck out 2 of the last 3 that he's faced.
3 on the total.
As you watched another angle of that terrific drop ball. David Galino. Who had a terrific 2024 ISC World Tournament. Only 1 hit, Joe, coming into the day. He's banged up, but he has his second, and it cashed in a run in the first. And if this guy gets hot today, they could play for a long time. And he's capable.
He's a big piece of this team.
Look at that butterfly.
Wow.
Brilliant in color. Had to mention it.
Thank you. That was good. Adds to the color.
Literally. And Galino has his second hit as he got around on the inside offering. And he has to be feeling much better about his work in the box. He's 2 for 2.
No one can seem to contain the bats of the Bear Creek Express. 7th hits so far today. Of those 7 hits, 2 have been home runs.
A 3-run shot by Cody Panbecker, and then a solo blast off the bat of Callum Bichel here in inning number 2, and it's 7-0. And they're hoping for more with Barterillo. He drove in a run. Good piece of hitting. Pulled a ball to the right side of the diamond to bring in a run. And for STK fastball, it's like somebody popped a big balloon.
Yeah. Going to be awfully tough.
Inside out.
Touched at third base for the force out play.
Riley James ends the inning. The Express score again. The lead now is 7 in this playoff game on Championship Saturday of the ISC on the best place you can find to watch softball anywhere, Softball Premier TV.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Not exactly sure where the Bear Creek Express dined out for breakfast. But they've opened this championship Saturday with a hitting buffet. They've scored 7, 6 in the first. And now, all you can do, Joe, if you're STK, is start to chip away.
Yeah, just pack. Just try and get a hit here. Try and pick up a run. Don't try to climb the big mountain right all in one inning.
Sebastian, a 1-2-3. First, dealing with so many good young players on the rise that we've watched the last couple of years. This is one of them. 22-year-old Australian Riley James.
I love his game. Full package.
And you know that he'd be a little extra fired up for this one. He was a member of the Express 1 year ago. But it has not started well for his new team as he slashes this. Foul. And it would appear, Joe, we have a tailor-made weather day for this championship Saturday. Starting to really warm up, although probably feels even more so because we are directly facing the sun from our broadcast location. Way to go, Lou. Way to forget the sunscreen in the room, you donkey. Sebastian, the rise ball. Ball and 2 strikes to Riley James, who's an impressive 9 for 18 this week. 2 doubles, a triple, and 5 runs batted in. Did we run down our umpires, Joe? Did I miss that looking
we have
at
not.
Some statistics?
Sure. Home plate umpire Darrell Helmer from Airdrie, Alberta. First base is Dave Harrington from Napanee. And at third base is Trevor Topping from Kitchener, Ontario.
And Sebastian catches James looking as Ty has struck out 3 of the first 4 that he has faced this morning. Must be a great feeling to go into the circle for the first time with 6 runs to your advantage, and now 7.
Especially the first game of the morning, too. Like, you're usually not all totally ready and prepared.
Manuel Godoy. Talk about someone who's been swinging it with excellence for a long time. The 38-year-old Argentine player. He's 9 for 23 this week with a double, a triple, 3 home runs, and 8 runs batted in.
Good stick.
STK lost their second game to the Kegel Black Knights and then went on a roll. as Sebastian fixes the bottom of his pants. He starts in an interesting way.
That's a nice pitch. Great movement there. That left-handed batter, that ball is moving over the other side of the plate.
Manuel Godoy was a Northeast driller 1 year ago. He's a 4-time All-World player at this event. Helped Argentina win the 2019 World Cup, which Joe Todd, you would remember fondly.
Yes, that was a once in a lifetime trip for me.
Two and two to Manuel Godoy. The lean back, the delivery. And the ball is spinning and jumping from Ty Sebastian's hand to the catcher's mitt on this Saturday. Watch the movement late. And that's what this sport is all about when it comes to pitching. And here's Conrado Zanatini. He's had a good tournament at home plate. Did not have a hit, Joe, for the Ostrander Norseman in Surrey. He was 0 for 11 last year, but he's 6 for 19 in Mankato. On the ground, little bit of a juggle. Pannebecker, who made a great play in the first inning. That one easier.
Yes.
Executed. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Express on defense. They lead by 7.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that. A fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Well, the Express with their hitting shoes on this Saturday morning as they are trying to move a little closer to an ISC World Crown. The Northeast Drillers await the winner of this game. Hill United with a 3-1 victory over the Drillers booked their ticket in to probably this evening's championship final. I think it's slated to begin, Joe, at 5:30.
5:30 is the scheduled time.
Is the scheduled time. These events don't generally run completely on time. Jack Burt, the batter. And he goes around on a rise ball from Juan Pepe, who entered the game with 2 out and 3 runs already in the first. And then, boom, went the bat of Cody Pannebecker, first batter he faced, and it was 6-0. But he has settled in a little bit since, strikes out Jack Burt, who was hit by a pitch, and scored on that 3-run Pannebecker home run in the first. And Cody's back in the box. He's now homered 3 times here. driven in 6 runs. And he's homered, Joe, now in back-to-back games.
Penbecker's a real asset to this team.
We saw him make a diving play at second to take a hit away earlier in the contest as well. He was an AWP Lumberjack last year in Surrey. 3 hits there, 4 hits in this year's event. Did not have a home run a year ago at the ISC.
Was always a real good defensive stalwart, but now he's picked up the game on the offensive side in the last year.
And it can happen. When I ask around, and having really a lifetime of watching this game and watching this game at a high level, isn't 28 to 30
The peak?
the prime?
Yeah. I assess that too. I agree with you.
It might be shrinking a little, Joe, or maybe not. I mean, there are players in this event
Yeah, the 40s.
in their 40s,
Yeah.
in their late 30s, still making a significant difference. You think about 38-year-old Manuel Godoy in this game, Brad Ezekiel of Hill United, Bruno Matroni's 39, Nick Mullins is 39, Yusuf Davis, behind the back for a little fun
Sure.
from Federico Ader to get the force.
That was pretty to watch.
You have to have a little chutzpah. I don't know what the Spanish word would be for chutzpah, but you've got to have a little of it.
Moxie.
Yeah. Mooey Moxie. Pennebecker is forced. And Yusuf Davis on with 2 outs now on a fielder's choice. That was fun. Wouldn't have been the play I would have tried, but it was fun to watch. Guess you're a little more relaxed when it's 7-0. Daryl Helmer from Airdrie, Alberta, just outside of Calgary. That geography, Joe, I can give you.
Yes, you should know the West well.
And Bichel, oh boy.
Yeah, there was.
Ty Sebastian was leading that charge originally, and now the team's into it. They didn't like the Pepe pitch. And there was something brewing there, Joe, even before.
Yes.
Because Daryl Helmer came out.
Tried to quell it.
Manuel Godoy's right in the middle of it for STK. Now, we were having fun more than anything after the Ader play. But the two teams separated now. They're incensed. It seemed like a game that would reach that kind of a level.
Must have been something said somewhere because Daryl picked up on it.
Do you think there's any chance that they didn't like what Ader did?
They shouldn't have. Like that was the correct play to make to try and get that lead runner.
We'll have to ask that question because I'm really not sure what triggered it.
Mm-hmm.
I should know, but I didn't really see anything.
Mm.
Well, Doug Allen trying to settle down the troops.
Two out now, runners on first and second.
So Bichel, who is 2 for 2 already today with a home run, hit by the pitch. And boy, oh boy, did that spark quite the emotions. The Express obviously feeling like that was on purpose.
Yes.
And it's not like it doesn't happen.
No.
It
I know
happens.
Yep.
Yusuke Morita in his crunched stance. And then he just goes down low, Joe, and explodes out of there.
Almost like a slinky or something.
Remember getting that toy when I was about 4. I think I had it in a complete knot within 30 minutes. With my hands, it couldn't even screw in a light bulb. The sports hands were okay. The fix-it hands?
Not so much.
Might be the most incompetent male human in that category in the world. Just ask some of the females who have been a part of my life. They don't enjoy it very much. But I warn them going in, always. It's part of the early conversation. Ball and 2 strikes to Morita, who goes down swinging on the high rise. It was out of the zone. Well, STK put up a 0. And looks like we're going to have a pitching change to talk about when we return. You're watching the 2025 ISC World Tournament from Mankato, Minnesota.
How confident are you in your organization's security posture? If your answer isn't 100%, you're not alone. Most organizations aren't doing enough to protect their data, and they know it. With Armitage technology, you can stop worrying about IT security issues so you can focus on moving your business forward. Our experienced staff monitor and maintain your IT infrastructure to keep your business running. Visit us at armitagetech.com and make your technology work for your business.
Seven nothing, 7 hits. Couple of home runs for the Bear Creek Express as they are well out in front in this first of 3 playoff games on Championship Saturday at the ISC. Had to leave last year for a dear friend's wedding that I was asked to officiate. Even for me, sports wins about 98% of the time, but the older I get, Joe, it's way more about the people that you love and care about in your life than
Friends and family are important.
they are. They certainly are. Well, these teams didn't look like friends in the last half inning. This is Pitarona from North Harbour in New Zealand, as the ace, Ty Sebastian, gives way to the New Zealand national teamer.
Pitching line for Ty, 2 innings, 28 pitches, 4 strikeouts, no hits, no walks.
And barring a massive comeback, you know who's going to get the ball against the Northeast Drillers in the next game, slated for noon. Rona helped New Zealand to a silver medal at the World Cup in Prince Albert a couple of weeks ago. He's only pitched 5 1/3 innings here. Has not given up a run or a hit in those 5 1/3. The only blemish, 1 walk, and he struck out 5. His longest outing was 3 1/3 against the Kegel Black Knights. And the batter, Nick Lanigan.
Pitta has a very deceiving pitching motion. He has a very slow wind up and a release point on the ball, but yet when the ball relieves his hand, it's got almost like a whipping action.
That one ties up the catcher, Jack Burt. They're still trying to get on the same page. It's not like they've worked together a lot. A Kiwi to an Aussie. Jack Burt is from Australia. So is Nick Lanigan. Or, no, he's from New Zealand.
New Zealand.
He's from Auckland, New Zealand. Pardon me. It's a part of the world I'd like to make my way to at some point.
Yeah, that would be nice. That's on my bucket list too.
For a softball tournament.
It has to be.
Yeah, I would think it.
We'll
it doesn't.
we'll work it in.
It doesn't have to be. Lanigan and Pannebecker reaching down before it would hit the ground to record the out. Thought it might short hop him just for a second, but
great range by Pannebecker.
It's a second quality defensive effort by the Express second baseman. Cody Pannebecker reaches down to make the play against Nick Lanigan. And there's one out here in the third. Change up. I could almost see the laces on that one. Designated player today is Felipe Munoz, who looks like he's borrowed David Galino's old batting gloves.
Got those bright pink ones.
Yeah, the bright pink ones. And Rona with another change of pace to Felipe Munoz. Oh, imagine this. He's from Argentina.
Yeah. What a shock.
Stunner. Call Stone Cold Steve Austin. Ball and a strike to Munoz. And after a couple of change-ups, the hard high rise from Pitterona, who's got to be in the neighborhood, Joe, of 6'6".
Very tall gentleman.
Yeah, he's a tall human. Could have borrowed about, I don't know, half a foot from him. He's trying to get comfortable. He threw 16-plus innings for New Zealand. He did pitch an inning and 2/3 in the gold medal game against Venezuela. He gave up 2 of the 3 runs in that title game as Venezuela won their first ever world title. The 3-0 victory in the championship final. What a moment for that country. And they, I think, are still partying. And they should.
Yes.
So Rona, a one-out walk, and Felipe Munoz finds himself at first, which no other STK player has been able to do. So that's their first base runner. For veteran Nick Putzkin, the shortstop. Nick's from Prince George, British Columbia. 4 for 18 this week. He's doubled, he's homered, and driven in 3 runs. He had a great tournament, Joe, in the Seattle Invitational coming into this event where he went 10 for 17. Much stiffer competition, to say the least here. He pops it high in the air, and Pinto, as in Luiger, takes care of it easily. This one got up in the jet stream a little bit, but this is what some would call a can of corn. I wonder who started that phrase. I like it. I've liked it my whole life. Don't use it much. Bicknell with a fly. Morita says, I'll take charge. That's what you want your center fielder to do. And Ryan Bicknell flies out. So a base runner, the first one, but it's still all Express. And to this point, you could say they've all been on board the train.
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Matiosi. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making this suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line. It's an old-time place. Making stuff from scratch here in the city at a reasonable cost. It's a very personal type of business.
If you missed the top of the first inning in this game, you missed a lot, Joe.
Yes. 6 runs, 4 hits. Big 3-run home run by Cody Pannebecker. Just a huge big inning. Just kind of knocked the wind out of the STK lineup.
They really did. What a story they've been here. Ranked number 8 in the ISC World Rankings entering the event. Their last 3 games, they knocked off 7, 6, and 5. But so far, number 4 has been too much for them. Way too much, in fact. And in sports, in big events, sometimes teams have a mountain. And when they climb it, it can be difficult to take another step.
Yes.
And for this team to make it to Championship Saturday,
they might not feel like it today, but a week from today they'll say, we had a great tournament.
oh, as they should. You're right. You never want to lose your last game in any event. But they have been a real story, this team, based out of Kamloops, British Columbia. Have built themselves an excellent team. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like in 2026 for them. Should certainly help them in terms of potential recruiting. As Blair Setford said the other day, isn't everybody a free agent? Not quite. It's a nice thought.
Yeah.
In some ways. In other ways, there are some of us who would probably like a little less movement in some ways, but not in others. And I do like a lot of the rules in the ISC that try to even the playing field a little bit.
Yeah, you try to create a little parity with the prawn rule.
Well, Ty Sebastian was a big off-season addition for the Bear Creek Express, the former Toronto Batman, longtime member of the Canadian men's national team. Goes the other way. Lanigan started farther back and then took a step in to record the first out of the 4th. As Ty started the game as a pitcher, and now he's settled back in to what was the original place on the card, which was designated player. Joe, it can be tricky sometimes, even for me, when it comes to the flex position in the game. Really created to give you more options, especially defensively, in how you use it.
Yeah, that flex just allows that, gives you the ability for that flex to enter the game and play anywhere on the field defensively throughout the game, but he cannot take the bat offensively. Will not appear in the batting lineup. It gives the coach and the manager another option. If the gentleman's not strong offensively, he can still play and contribute defensively.
And the flex is different than the designated player.
Very similar aspects, though.
But still a
little different. Little notch.
There's a reason why they call one
yes,
and one the other, right?
Yeah.
But you're right. They are very similar. For a long time in this sport, there was no flex. Just a designated hitter. Luigi Pinto wears number 3 and plays in the number 3 position in the scorebook in this game. He's at first base. And he has a hit and an RBI. That came in the 6-run top of the first. Hard hit. Potskin came up with a beauty.
Great grab there by Nick Potskin.
And it took a really difficult late bounce. Nice hands. And Pinto, he likes to carry his bat to first. It's not the first time I've seen it this week. I'm not sure it's the first time I've seen it today. Golino. There's an excellent inning for Juan Pepe. 1, 2, 3, and he did it in short order, I might add. STK needs something good to happen offensively, and soon. They trail by 7.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program.
Seven nothing. It remains in favor of the Bear Creek Express. 4 teams left in the hunt for the 2025 ISC World Title. Hill United, you would say, Joe, is in the driver's seat, at least when the day began. They've earned their berth into a second straight championship final. They're the reigning champs.
They're able to now sit back in their hotel rooms and relax, kind of take a few hours off, maybe go for a walk.
They actually have been practicing every single morning. It's part of their routine.
Very good.
At a nearby park, not this one. Teams like their routines, especially when they're working well. Federico Ader, the batter. 12 hits in Mankato and was robbed of one, his first at-bat, on a diving play by Cody Panebecker, diving towards first base. So we almost had number 13. Two-time All-World, soon to be 3-time. Played in another World Cup for his country. 1 for 8 was Ader in Prince Albert. I think he's playing at the World Games too. That's what my intel says.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those rosters a little easier to obtain than others, but Pittarona drop ball is too much for Federico to begin the bottom of the 4th inning.
First strikeout for Rona since entering the game at the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Taking over from Ty Sebastian. Very likely to get the ball against the Northeast Drillers in the next game, who fell 3-1 in a terrific tussle last night against the Hill United Chiefs. Change up, and that's been a real go-to this morning in the arsenal of Pittarona. Alejo Munoz struck out his first time against Sebastian. And he has packed some wallop here in Mankato. 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in, 2 game-winning home runs in their last 2 wins. 1 came in a third extra inning off the scoreboard against the Ostrander Norsemen. Yesterday, late in the game, he had a 2-run drive to right field that made it 4-2. And then STK would hang on for a 4-3 win over JDT First Energy, and they had an excellent first year of existence.
Just amazing numbers by Munoz. Whatever, he loves that Minnesota air.
He hasn't loved it quite as much today.
No, struggling.
Struck out a couple of times. That was a excellent changeup from Pitterona. Left it up a little, but too much for Munoz. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Pitterona has yet to give up a hit. As he has now worked 7 innings. 5 1/3 coming in, 1 2/3 today. Just the 1 walk. He's got that change on a pretty good string.
Yeah, it's just really floating in there.
He looks like he's in his lawn chair sometimes. And I mean that in the most respectful way. Shouldn't make it look quite that easy.
No.
Just a nice delivery, a little crow hop off of there. Here I come. All 7 feet of me. As he's dealing with a terrific young player in Riley James. Pulls it. There's Pannebecker. The way he fielded it is how you teach it. Down. Come up with the hands. Make the throw. Another 1-2-3 inning defensively for the Express, who are closing in on a semifinal date at the ISC World Tournament right here on Softball Premier TV.
A metal roof lasts a lifetime. Thousands trust Metal Roof Outlet to install stylish, stone-coated metal roofing that looks just like traditional shingles. Make a smart and worthwhile investment for your home with Metal Roof Outlet. Contact us through metalroofoutlet.com to get a quote for a roof replacement anywhere in Southern Ontario. Because when you trust Metal Roof Outlet with your roof replacement, it may be the last time you ever replace your roof.
Thank you to Jeff Ingram, the co-owner of the South Metal Roof Outlet, first-time sponsor of the Premier Softball broadcast in Southwest Ontario. Jeff, also a former player with the Alveston Indians. Thank you, Jeff.
Yes, thank you, Jeff, so much for your kind sponsorship to make these broadcasts possible. And in the years to come, just hoping that our broadcasts will get bigger and better. And I know if you want on board the sponsorship train, there's a car or two available.
Yes, sir.
But it's how you grow the game. The ability for your sport to be watched gives it incredible, Joe, credibility.
And we have a lot of followers back in Southwestern Ontario, too.
So, again, thank you to Jeff and all our terrific sponsors. There's Tyrone Barterillo. 0 for 2, but he does have a run batted in on a ground ball out. Juan Pepe is settled in. He had a 1-2-3 inning. And that had some ball players. Boy, they've shut down the souvenir tent completely.
Yeah, it was sold out last night about 5 o'clock.
Well, that's disappointing because you know who was going to go over there and purchase something today? Sorry, son. Apparently there won't be a souvenir for you from the 2025 ISC World Tournament.
They put everything on sale about noon hour yesterday. Almost dropped the prices in half to clear out and be on their way.
Now I'm even sadder, Joe. So thank you. Juan Pepe bends one in on the outside portion to strike out Barterillo. He is now up to 6 strikeouts in the game. This is a tough entry for him. Came into the game replacing the starter Scott Life. Already 3 runs down, 2 men aboard, and Cody Pannebecker, kaboom. A 3-run homer, turned 3 into 6. And really, Joe,
salted the game.
Game over in many ways. Now,
Alan Salgado now at the plate for the Bear Creek Express.
I know if Yogi Berra is watching us today, he coined the phrase a long, long time ago, it's never over until it's over. But it's a big, big mountain to climb. Salgado, I believe he calls San Diego, California home. Has represented Mexico internationally. And he is not cheated often. He had a really good tournament with the San Antonio Glowworm last year in Surrey, BC. Hit .385. Played in a couple of World Cups for Mexico in 2015 and 2019. One in Prague, one in Saskatoon, or Havlikov Brod. So Salgado pinch hitting for Jack Burt. And that is a mile in the air and headed our way. Literally.
Literally. Yeah.
Right in the tent. Hey, Alan.
Other way.
Other way. I'm not sure how you say no thank you in Spanish. No gracias. No gracias. I like that. That's going to be a regular staple. No gracias. You go boom the other way. Full count, Alan Salgado. This one gobbled up by fine fielding Federico Ader. And there are 2 away now.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at Mont Hill.
With 2 out, Juan Pepe, after the fine play by Ader, he was down. Looks like he'll be able to continue. And I saw a player or 2 pointing towards his neck area, Joe, from our broadcast location. Hope he's okay.
Yes.
Thumbs up from him. There's Cody Pannebecker, who's been a big star both offensively and he's turned a couple of tricks at second base as well. 3-run homer. Hit a huge insurance home run yesterday, or actually he opened the scoring, I believe, yesterday against the Gremlins. I know that both he and Pinto homered in the 2-0 win to knock a team that always seems to be here on Saturday out of contention. As the Gremlins had some run. 14 years in a row they were in the Final Four, with a few titles to their credit,
yes,
on top of just being in the Final Four.
Yes.
As they and the Hill United Chiefs have really been the two powerhouses in men's club fast pitch softball. And the Chiefs, the reigning champs, are back in the title game again in 2025. After their very hard-fought win against the Northeast Drillers. That's a very good Drillers team. I like that group.
And they're hitting the ball this week.
Certainly early.
Yes.
When it gets to about Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, even for the best hitters, it becomes far more difficult. When the field is pared down, well, Pepe not only continued, he has his 7th strikeout in relief. The Express 3 outs away from guaranteeing them at least a third-place finish at the 2025 ISC World Tournament in Mankato.
Dreamcatcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
Well, the run, and it's been an impressive run, of STK fastball out of Kamloops, British Columbia, could come to an end if they are unable to score a run. If you are up by 7 or more, when the opposition is batted 5 times, games come to an end. And that's what the Express are most certainly hoping for. It would give them a little more time to get set for a 12 o'clock start or thereabouts.
Should be right on time.
Manuel Godoy, another quality tournament for the 38-year-old, leading things off for STK. He has a strikeout in this game.
STK just looking for somebody to get on base.
Godoy, he didn't need to get to one base.
Oh.
He cleared all of them. And we're going to play a little longer.
Yes.
Manuel Godoy takes it out of here. And it's 7-1. Just like the song by the Tubes. They're not ready to go. So Godoy goes deep. And it's 7-1. His 4th home run of the tournament, by the way. Joe, I have to tell you, I kind of lost that off the bat.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the glare coming into the booth, but I heard it and then really couldn't find it until I saw Callum Bichel start to backpedal.
He got up in the air, and a lot of power there on Godoy.
So Pittarona has given up his first hit and run. And the combined no-no is over. That was the first hit, period. They'd only had one base runner. Felipe Munoz walked in the third inning prior to the home run by Godoy, and Rona comes right back to strike out Conrado Zanatini. A lot of change, as in change-ups, from the right-hander, Pittarona. There's a gentleman by the name of Brad Rona who was just okay at this sport.
Yes, very good. Inducted into the Hall of Fame last year.
He was marvelous to watch. Boy, I enjoyed watching him.
Mm-hmm. I am sure they're watching back home now. Maybe. I guess it's going to be sometime in the more early part of the evening. It's going to be 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
I thought they were almost a full day ahead.
No.
No?
No. It would be 16 hours.
16 hours?
Yep.
Okay.
Probably 15 from here in Central Time.
2 balls and 2 strikes to right fielder Nick Lanigan, who happens to be from that part of the world. Auckland, New Zealand is his home. A full count as Manuel Godoy keeping STK's hopes alive. But Rona, after giving up the homer, comes right back with his 3rd and 4th strikeouts of the game. And there are 2 away for Felipe Munoz, who was the only player to spend any time on base. Godoy just touched them. He didn't spend any time on them. Munoz walked in the 3rd. Swing and a miss from Felipe Munoz. No balls and 2 strikes. The Northeast Drillers await the winner in about an hour from now, depending. 3 strikeouts in a row for Pittarona. But the Bear Creek Express unable to close the deal. They gave up 1 run, which means we're going to continue to play here in Mankato.
A metal roof lasts a lifetime. Thousands trust Metal Roof Outlet to install stylish, stone-coated metal roofing that looks just like traditional shingles. Make a smart and worthwhile investment for your home with Metal Roof Outlet. Contact us through metalroofoutlet.com to get a quote for a roof replacement anywhere in Southern Ontario. Because when you trust Metal Roof Outlet with your roof replacement, it may be the last time you ever replace your roof.
Emmanuel Godoy home run in the bottom of the 5th extends the game. Exactly what STK was hoping for. Probably not so much for the Express, as Yusuf Davis will lead things off. Reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. Officially 0 for 2 in the contest. And Juan Pepe, after a rocky beginning, his first batter he faced was Cody Panabecker in the top of the first with 2 on, and Cody with a rocket of a 3-run homer. But he's really settled in, Joe, ever since.
Just did a great job.
Yusuf Davis goes down to get this ball and pulls it into the outfield for a base hit. So the Express would love to score a run of their own and have another chance.
Yes.
To bring it to an end a little early. Callum Bieshel has homered today. Singled, scored twice, and hit by a pitch which nearly touched off a big altercation in the 3rd inning. And fouls this away. I don't know what it is about this complex, but every foul ball that hits something sounds like it's going to go right through the building, the tent, the post, the fence, you name it. This could be called Thud Park. No wonder I can't sleep at night. Ball and 2 strikes to Callum Bieshel. He's been a really nice fit for this team all year long. Played with Circle Tap. Sad to see them go. I am hearing some rumblings of a potential comeback. But again, I would echo some.
The Circle Tap tournament will be back on for next year.
That we know. I hear that facility is awesome. I've never been. Juan Pepe almost needed a stick to knock that down. He tried his best, as I think he's going to be charged with an error. Bit of a check swing from Bieshel. It's exactly what it was. No, I got it. No, I'm. No.
I think he tried to cheat. I think he tried to look over first without picking the ball up.
He did. So 2 on for Yusuke Morita. And no one out here in the 6th. And he had a mighty cut at the Juan Pepe rise ball. He was hit by a pitch and then is struck out versus Juan Pepe his last 2 times into the batter's box. And Pepe again. The rise is his bread and butter, Joe, from what I've watched of him the last couple of years. The first viewing in person for me came as a fan at the Kelowna May Days tournament. Rich Haldane does such an amazing job putting that tournament on. I hear they're going to have a really good field next year.
They are really working on bringing in some big teams.
They are. I know I'm going to spend about 10 days in Kelowna next spring. That is where the 2026 Memorial Cup hockey tournament will be held. The supremacy of major junior hockey.
Love that game too.
It's okay, I guess. Morita flies out to Alejo Munoz. And there's one away in the 6th. And we'll have a pinch hitter, Dylan Cunningham. Chance to give him an at-bat this week for number 91 from Fergus, Ontario.
Was part of the Stomper and Niagara team for a few years.
Was a watered-down hammer at the tournament last year. In fact, he hit 375 for Waterdown. In 2016, Dylan Cunningham had 3 homers, 7 runs batted in for the Kingston Axemen. Just a little Dylan Cunningham history lesson. I aim to plays, Joe.
Yes.
I aim to plays. Doesn't work that often, but I sure try. So Cunningham would love nothing more than to contribute to the advantage. As the pitch from Pepe misses outside. As I've mentioned on more than one occasion, Juan Pepe is really, for the most part, settled in after a tough start. Cunningham high in the air. Everybody giving chase. And Munoz able to make the catch for out number 2.
In foul territory.
Well, Joe, if you could see that right off the bat, your eyes are far better than mine.
No, but I'm using Trevor Topping, the third base umpire, as a reader.
That's very well done. See, that's great experience. By the way, if there's one very spot in this park I have no chance of seeing from our vantage point, it's right where that ball just went. Pinto. First 2 aboard, but unable to cash the runners in. 7-1. Heading to the bottom of the 6th in this first of 3 playoff games on Championship Saturday at the 2025 ISC World Tournament.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca and let us get it for you.
As Luciano Lafrano would say, the Northeast Drillers are in the house. That's my best impression. Yeah. You walked in yesterday, Joe Todd, in the house. Peter Lubardias, in the house. Well, the Drillers are here. They'll play the winner of this game in what, for all intent and purpose. By the way, in the English language, people say intents and purposes. It's not intents and purposes. It's intent and purpose.
Yes.
I only know that because of the wonderful woman that I live with.
Oh.
Who taught me that many years ago. think she heard me utter it once. Not that she ever listens, because she doesn't. Not a big sports fan, old Nance. But, yeah, she said, Peter, I'd just prefer that you never use that again. It's not proper. Okay, sweetheart, I'm good.
More of a singular pronoun.
Keegan Pittendray hit it well off Pitterona, but Callum Bichel positioned effectively for out number one, as Doug Allen has made several changes in his lineup, giving some players who haven't played a lot in this great run by STK an opportunity, including Pittendray, who for the most part has been used as a pinch runner. Had a good at-bat there, though. And this is another pinch hitter. Batting for Ryan Bicknell is Ryan Early. Emmanuel Godoy, solo homer in the fifth, kept this game going just when it looked like it would end quite early.
Yes.
Manuel had other ideas. He had his fourth home run of the tournament, just one behind the tournament leader, his teammate Alejo Munoz, who has 5 of them. Pitterona might be the hardest pitch, velocity-wise, he's thrown.
Had good zip on that pitch.
It sure did. To get Ryan Early for out number 2. 2 away for pretty sure-handed second baseman Federico Ader, who made quite a play on a force out earlier in the game. He stepped ahead of the baseline between first and second and literally went behind his back to then shortstop Nick Potskin for an out. And Joe, it was a very short time after that hit batter,
yeah.
The next at bat,
all came into play.
It did. Juan Pepe hit a batter, and then I thought the melee had a chance to be even worse, but cooler heads finally did prevail. And still not sure exactly what touched everybody off. And it was more than just the hit batter.
Yes.
Because on a pitch previous, home plate umpire Darryl Helmer had stepped out in front of the batter's box to have a word with, I think, both teams. Mm-hmm. I just didn't know what it was about. Somebody said something.
Yes. Umpires did a great job calming it down.
Ader fouls that away. The hits leader in this event, by my count, with 12, was robbed of a 13th in the bottom of the first by second baseman Cody Pannebecker. They checked and got the answer they were looking for if you are the Express. Another strikeout, a couple in a row for Pitterona, who's now up to 7. And on the topic of 7, that's the next inning that will be played. I would think the final one of this game.
You never know.
You never know. From Mankato on Softball Premier TV, who, like every other tournament, they're in the house.
Dream catcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say, as long as our people haven't.
Always enjoy that dream catcher ad. Brian Porter, a huge part of the Hill family that was inducted into the ISC Hall of Fame last Sunday morning for their incredible and continuing contribution to the sport. Thought Brian's speech was just, in fact, it brought a couple of tears to my eyes, talking about his beginnings and the family and all that they have been through and what the game means to them. Located on the Six Nations area in southwestern Ontario, right, Joe?
Yep.
I'm not always great with directions, so.
No, he's a great spokesman for the family.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he's involved in a
Great
lot
leader.
yes, well said. A lot of different business ventures, very successful. I've just really enjoyed getting to know him this year. And the whole Hill family, who I believe are hoping to extend for more Hill United Chiefs. Yasuke Morita, or make that Galino's going to make an out.
Just missed.
Juan Pepe, I hope he's okay. I am always so scared in this sport that somebody one day is.
Yeah.
I don't need to go any farther.
No.
David Galino crushed that ball. And attention on the way for pitcher Juan Pepe. Remember, you're probably closer to 36 feet by the time you're in position after you throw the pitch. And then it comes back at you at about 100 miles an hour. Certainly that one did. That was absolutely off the barrel of the bat. And Pepe was shaken up a little earlier, trying to make sure that he's all right. I see a few laughs out there, so that's generally a good indication. Yeah. I'll tell you who's not laughing. Juan Pepe. Did it hit him in the hand?
I think so.
Well, much better in the hand than somewhere else. That was a rocket-launched ball off Galino's bat, who came into the day with one hit. He now has 4, Joe, in the tournament. He's really swung it well on this Saturday.
So if he got on, how come he's not running? It was an out, wasn't it?
Was that an out?
Yeah, I think it deflected off his hand, went into the air.
I need to see that again.
Yeah? I think it went.
I just saw him standing at first.
Yeah, he ran down and then looked over in concern.
Yes. And I was so concerned about Pepe. I got to tell you, I don't know what it is in the booth today, whether it's the glare, but I have to tell you, I'm having a tough time seeing. Barterillo, I can see that he just struck out. Luciano, any chance we have that replay of that hard shot off the bat
Galino?
Of Galino? My apologies. I did not see that. And, Joe, I don't think you did either.
No, I don't. Well, I couldn't see from the deflection, but I didn't see. He didn't go anywhere near the. He went to the bag and then turned.
So Jack Burt is the batter. So Pepe stays in. It was actually, boy, that is That's one of the oddest outs you'll see.
Yes.
Two outs for Jack Burt, still in search of his first hit of the competition. Juan Pepe up to 8 strikeouts now by my count.
Yes.
Ball and 2 strikes. To Jack Burt, the Australian. His first ISC World Tournament, I believe. Do not think he's been here before.
I don't think so.
7-1. The majority of the activity in this game, a 6-run Bear Creek Express first inning. And Burt's still having trouble at home plate, at least in the batter's box. Not behind home plate. He's been excellent there. Now for sure a chance to close the deal for the Bear Creek Express. They lead by 6 on Championship Saturday in Mankato.
Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program.
Seven runs, 8 hits. Just the 1 hit in the game for STK Fastball, who have been one of the great stories, and there have been many, and we still have a couple of important chapters to be written before a champion is crowned here in Mankato later today. One of the best individual stories is the guy at home plate in Alejo Munoz. 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in, 2 game-winning home runs, 1 in the 10th inning. And isn't it fitting?
Yeah.
Maybe more fitting had it been launched over the fence, but after striking out a couple of times, Alejo Munoz has yet another hit in this event.
Just a great week by Mr. Munoz.
Reach down, almost throw your bat at it, and some good things can happen. It did on that at-bat, and it's, as we documented, has on a lot of at-bats for Alejo, the 26-year-old from Argentina. And he hit .429 in this event last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not a fluke.
No, it is not a fluke. He's 10 for 24 now. C on the all-world team.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say those things when I have absolutely no vote in the process.
Neither do I.
But I'm trying to help the people that do. I'm sure Todd McCabe will just be delighted with me. Although I don't think you need to grab too far into the books. You know, this is a team that finishes in the Final Four.
Jack Bird just took a mean foul tip.
He shakes that off. Riley James. He has 9 hits this week.
Right off the hand.
Yeah, he's still trying to shake it out, isn't he? That's why that bare open hand always starts behind you. Pitterona wanted the outside corner. Looked like he
got close.
He certainly got close. He also stumbled a little bit after he threw the pitch. So Munoz on a base hit. Another base hit, back-to-back. They'd only had 1 hit in the game coming into this 7th inning.
They're not going away quietly.
Hit number 10 of the tournament for Riley James, the 22-year-old from Brisbane. I've waited all week to say it and haven't yet. Do you know who he played for in 2023 at the ISC? Even if you know, don't say it so I can.
Okay.
He was a Wander Springs Chipper. Maybe my favorite ISC name of all time. The Wander Springs Chippers. He was 4 for 7 in that tournament, too.
Wander Springs was a local golf course in the Circle Tap area, and they took over the sponsorship of that for that team.
Very nice. Love the name. Yeah, and you could definitely see that Wander Springs would be a great name for a golf course. So 2 on, nobody out for the guy who prolonged it in the first place. Manuel Godoy hit his 4th home run of the event in the bottom of the 5th to extend it. Does he have another one in him? As Pitterona comes inside to the 38-year-old Manuel Godoy. Yeah, they have several, if you look at hitting statistics, candidates for all-world teams. Talking about STK.
Broner having trouble finding a plate.
And that was not the case early in this appearance. He took over from the starter, Ty Sebastian, in the 4th inning. And he certainly finds the strike zone on that occasion.
Right down Broadway.
I think every major city on the planet has a Broadway. Godoy upsetted himself, pulled the trigger but missed. He's trying to hit it a long way again.
Nice rise ball there by Rona.
Our dog's name is Broadway, which has nothing to do with a street and everything to do with the 2 women in the house who are quite fond of theater. A line shot.
Great grab. Good hand-eye reflexes.
Luigi Pinto robs Manuel Godoy, and absolutely no chance for Riley James to get back to first. A screamer off the bat for 2 outs. And now Conrado Zanatini, Yusuf Davis will chase it, but run out of real estate. And after what happened to him, he'll be a little nervous around home run fences. Fortunately, what looked to be quite serious had a good ending for him. Check swing. Galino. The Bear Creek Express are moving on. On this championship Saturday, they score 6 times in the top of the first and win it going away by a score of 7-1. Cody Panabecker, a 3-run homer, Joe. The blow that put this game away.
Yeah, the big hit just salted the game away for the Bear Creek Express. They'll be on now to place the Northeast Drillers in our next game, scheduled for 12 o'clock. I think it might be delayed a little bit, but maybe 5 or 10 minutes, though, only. So stay tuned for Softball Premier TV. We'll be back then.
Just a heartfelt congratulations to STK. What a performance, Joe, that they had here, guided by Doug Allen, finishing in the Final Four. What a season they've had, built themselves a great team, and they put on a whale of a show here in Mankato, Minnesota.
And good luck to Doug Allen and the Team Canada as they head over to China in the next 24 hours.
I might be rooting for them, Joe.
Yes, red and white.
Yeah, always. Sorry, everybody else. That one is non-negotiable. 7-1 Express, who will have a date shortly in a semifinal type affair with the Northeast Drillers. So long for now from Mankato.
Called strike 3, the outside corner. They work out of that. Yeah. High in the air, Viavazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain. The gloves fly. The celebration is underway.